song. I hadn't made very many babies by the time I'd made this one. So when I wrote this month's song, after a while, it ended up being kind of a long song. After you gain some experience in writing lyrics, you get better at saying a bunch of things in one line of lyric that may have taken you 4 lines of lyrics back when you were a lyric writing rookie. Of course, when you're doing monologues about the lyrics that you've written in songs, you can have total stream of consciousness, verbal diarrhea of the mouth that just goes on and on. So I was kind of a songwriting rookie when I wrote this song after a while. And it was kind of funny because when I presented it to the guys in the band, which was like lifetimes further down the road from when I had actually originally written the song, the guys all really liked it, but they were like, can we maybe just like cut this part out over here, or maybe like shorten this segment of the song? We seriously spent some time trying to shrink this baby down. But it ends up there just wasn't anything that we could really take out of the song that didn't sort of mess up the storyline. So it just kind of ended up being a long song. Although the guys certainly did shave some time off in the final version by playing the tempo a little faster than I probably would have preferred. I don't have the chopping block segment in this season 2 of me and my song, so I can't explain all of the logistical stuff that changed from when this baby was first born until the final version that you're gonna hear at the end of the month, but you'll definitely hear the differences. One of them was that when I first wrote this song, I wrote it on the guitar, but once I brought it to the band and the guys all started adding in all of their own parts and the song really started to kind of come together, I was like, man, forget this guitar. Man, forget this guitar. I need some piano in this baby. When I was growing up, I didn't really have any, like friends, like no close friends or anything, really.
Aww.
I mean, I knew people and they knew me, but I didn't really connect with other humans, unlike now. But I lucked out when I was a kid because growing up, I had this really cool aunt, and I wouldn't have necessarily thought about it at the time probably, but looking back, she was kind of my best friend growing up. And it's especially cool to have a grown-up as a best friend when you're a kid because grown-ups can drive places. And it was cool because she was my mom's sister, so it wasn't like I was ever gonna get the 3rd degree if I wanted to go hang out with her. I pretty much didn't like going anywhere or doing things when I was growing up because it was like I had to pass some kind of exam before I was ever allowed to.
Where are you going? How long will you be there? How many grown-ups are gonna be there? Will you be there the whole time? What are the phone numbers of the grown-ups? So I can call them and make sure they're gonna be there and to make sure they're not serial killers. How many people will be there overall? How long will you stay? Ho, you plan on going somewhere else after a couple of hours? And where will that be? And what grown-ups are gonna be there? What are their phone numbers? Are they serial killers? Are there going to be boys there? How old are these boys? Are their parents gonna be there? How long are they staying? Do you really know these people? Are they serial killers?
Never mind! I will just stay home! So it's pretty chill to just be able to go over to my aunt's house most of the time without any questions being asked. Her kids, my 2 little cousins, were like my little sister and little brother growing up. I used to call them my other family. And sometimes we'd go out and do stuff, but a lot of the times we'd just hang out at home. I remember one spring break when I was like 10 or 11, I ended up spending the entire week there at my other family's house. I wasn't really planning on spending the entire week there, so I honestly don't remember what it was I did about clothing. My favorite was on weekends when we would rent horror movies. Not like the stressful, bloody, gory kind, but like the really campy, funny, silly kind where like morticians would fall in love with the corpses that they embalmed and take them out on dates.
Ew.
And where really cute little smart-ass puppets come to life and start killing people. There is a cowboy with 6 guns. He'd be like, and then he'd go, or like the ones where like total dorky redneck zombies would like start the zombie apocalypse.
Get that damn screwdriver out my head!
And we'd get bags of candy. We'd get all sugared up, we'd get all hyper and crazy and silly, and we'd start like throwing candy at each other, throw M&Ms like Battle of the M&Ms. And then we'd find some like 3 weeks later, all buried in the couch cushions. It was always like such a relief to just be able to go over there and hang out with my auntie. And my uncle was gone a lot because he was in the military. So a lot of times I'd just end up sleeping with her and we'd lay there in bed just visiting and talking, you know, until we like talked ourselves to sleep. I remember one time my aunt sent me into the grocery store to pick up the groceries that we needed so that she could just stay in the car with my 2 little cousins. And when I was at the checkout counter, I grabbed a Butterfinger from myself and snuck it in with the groceries. Later that night when we got to her place, I snuck upstairs to the bathroom to go eat it, hid in the dark bathroom like a little in-the-closet Butterfinger fiend. And like a total idiot kid, I didn't lock the bathroom door behind me. So at some point, she just came walking right on in, and there I was, eating the Butterfinger alone in the dark. Oh man, I was so embarrassed. I had this like look of shame and guilt on my face when she walked in. I knew I was busted, man. Because I was like always getting in trouble for shit when I was a kid. It was ridiculous.
Jessica, are you existing again? I told you to stop that nonsense.
So when she walked in and I had that mouthful of Butterfinger, man, I was just like bracing myself for the worst. And she sort of paused for a moment. And she saw the look of shame and guilt on my face. And my aunt said, "Next time, just get enough for everybody." Which was totally cool. But I still ate the rest of the candy bar with my head held low in total shame. Alone in the dark. I mean, of course I still finished eating it. I wasn't gonna let that shit go to waste. I wouldn't trade those times for the world. But as it goes on planet Earth, those times came to an end. Always comes to an end. My uncle eventually left the military and took up a job somewhere in the Midwest, which meant my other family was gonna pack up and go. And I'd had enough people die on me at that point in time in my life, so I knew darn good and well what it felt like. And I mean it when I say, it felt like somebody died. I was freaking devastated. You know, like someone's so much a part of your life in the way that it unfolds day in and day out, and then suddenly they're gone. I remember clearly the day that my aunt left with my other family. Man, I came home after saying goodbye, and I locked myself in my room, and I cried my eyes out for the rest of the day, simultaneously drinking all of the wine that I had stocked up on after my parents' last church party. We were Catholic, so there was always plenty of wine around. I was kind of an alcoholic when I was 12. And then for the rest of my life, also after that. But time went on and I adjusted to a new life without my best friend. And we still talked on the phone and stuff periodically, and we even occasionally like hand wrote each other letters. I think that was like just before email started to exist. But I'm not always the best at that staying in touch kind of thing. So when I wrote this song after a while, it had actually been a really pretty long while since I'd seen her, and I planned a pretty long trip to head out her way. And I have to admit, before I went out to visit, I was a little insecure, wondering, oh my God, do I even know you anymore?
Oh my God, that's totally my job.
Oh, sorry, oh my God, girl, you take it away.
Oh my God, do I even know you anymore?
Well, that wasn't exactly how I wanted to say it. Like, I wasn't quite the right intonation there, I don't think.
Oh my God, whatever.
But you know, we ended up getting together. We had such a great time. It was like no time had passed at all. Sometimes we would go out and do stuff. Most of the time we would just hang out at home. And I wouldn't trade those times for the world either. Although that might not be saying very much because I'm not actually very impressed with this world, so I don't know. Sure, stuff had changed over the years, a lot of stuff, but not the bond we shared, man. And when I wrote this song, after a while, it was because I think it was the first time in my life it dawned on me that I don't have to keep touching in with someone I love all the time because I love them.
Are you still there? Are you still there? You know I love you still, right?
You think?
That I don't need to hang on to my loved ones in any sort of physical sense of the term. That no matter what, life is just gonna keep on doing what life does. You know how life is. I realized that when I share a genuine bond of love with anyone, that it's always gonna be there. No matter how much time passes, and even after time totally disappears. That's coming. You just wait and see. You hang on a little while, it's going. Time is out of style. But so long as I am inside of time,
Somebody get me out of here! Get me out of this thing! Get me out of here! Oh my God, get me out of this thing!
I will be forever grateful for whatever amount of time I get to spend with the people I love. Even if it's just a little while. And all that shit that I just said is pretty much what this song, After a While, is all about. So, you don't even actually have to listen to it now. I didn't realize it until a couple of people brought it to my attention after hearing this song, but apparently, people who never knew the backstory to this song, like y'all were lucky enough to just get right now, they'd heard this song and assumed it was like a romantic love song. And I'm like, I pretty much wrote this song, like it's pretty much inspired from the relationship with my aunt. So, that's just weird. I mean, I'm kind of kinky, but I'm not that kinky. I'm not.
Well, everybody's got their boundaries.
But really, this is a love song because it's about the love bond that we share with each other, regardless of space and time. There's always so many things to juggle in life. We got day jobs, well, some of us. Who knows anymore, but we all gotta cook dinner and make our bed. Actually, sometimes I totally skip that one. I'm like, F you, bed. Not doing it. Not doing it today.
F you, bed! Not today!
Oh.
Not doing it!
And there really is hardly anything more pleasurable than being able to cozy on in with the people that you really care about and really love. Really love. And to be able to spend some time together, sharing secrets, sharing smiles. So I'm really sorry for any out there who say, hey Jess, we need to hang out. And I'm like, no, sorry. It's not because I don't love you. I think that's true for all of us. It's not because we don't love each other. It's just that, like the lyric in this song says, life sure keeps you busy. Then again, sometimes you just don't want to hang out with people because you don't want to hang out with them. And that's cool too. But man, even though sometimes it's years before we get to manage to make that see each other thing happen again, when we got that love bond going, time don't even matter none. It's the connections that we share with each other where it's really at. Those love connections don't need time to be legit.
Yeah, man, love connections, they're totally made of the stuff that transcends time, man.
It's true. That's why I know I can honestly say that even if we get so busy that we die before we actually end up seeing each other again, we'll all still see each other after a while. Shoot, we'll even get to see each other again, even if there ends up being some displacement in the temporal reality field and space and time get all weird and
Blurry and confusing.
I mean, it might take a minute before our love bond helps us to find each other, but we totally will. Not that minutes will exist anyway in a new reality construct where space and time are all like blurry and weird and shit, because we just won't even use time for like a marker for anything anymore. We'll be like, ha, time? That's like a kid's toy.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, sorry, Father Time. No offense. I'd just rather travel around through reality using my love connections. They're like highways, man. They're like love ways.
Yeah, man, I could totally dig that.
So this song's for you, Aunt Dew, and I'd like to dedicate this song to all y'all that I love so much and don't get to spend much time with. I know everybody kind of feels the same, and hey, you could even dedicate this song to someone that you love that you don't get to hang out with that much. I think you should. That would be so f***ing sweet. Either way, everybody, I'll see you after a while. I love you guys.
After a while, I'll see you after a while. After a
Thanks for coming this week on Me and My Song.
Come on back next week as I sing for you the song I just told you all about in the Raw Reveal. Just so you know, I keep doing this because I know it makes you smile and sometimes even laugh, and because I know that music heals. I know that. And I'm going to keep on doing it no matter what.
Yes.
But also, just so you know, it is really hard work and it does cost a lot of money, and I don't get vacation days. So if you feel so inclined to be a donator, please do so. I won't stop you, really. Come on, feel free. You can donate just one time, like throw in a tip in my tip jar. Or you could donate whatever amount you want every month. Just like, cha-ching, just throw me a little chump change every month. I just said chump change, like I'm a chump or something. If you become a monthly donator, you get special perks, like free music downloads, extra videos, and a cool shirt like this, because having money on planet Earth always gets you special perks. But this is a 100% guilt-free request. I do this hoping to make you feel good, so don't feel bad if you can't cough up the dough.
Shoot, I'm just glad you're here, because otherwise I'd be all alone. Well, you know what I mean. This is Jessica Leia signing off. Thanks for coming. Come on back next week. I will be here for you. And also, if you could just do me a favor, remember, keep singing your song.
Me and my song.